Welcome and thank you for joining Children's Specialized Hospitals Family Advisory Council's video series, Confession of a Caregiver. My name is Linda and today I'm joined with Elizabeth and Suzanne from our Family Advisory Council. They are parents who are raising their children with special health care needs. And today's topic is the balancing act of being a parent. And what we're talking about is not only being the parent of your child with special health care needs, but how do you parent your child with special health care needs along with their siblings. So we're going to get started today. Suzanne, tell us a little bit about your journey and your tips that you've learned along the way that you could share with our audience about balancing being a parent of multiple kids.
Hello, everyone. So sometimes trying to balance all of my kids could feel like I'm living in a circus. It's a job and it's rewarding, but there are times when it's so chaotic and you're running in different directions. One of the tips that I think to try and give each child individual attention is just trying to spend even like quality time doing simple things, baking cookies. Sometimes it's driving in the car, just going to one event to another with your kid. That's some of the times I have the best conversations, just doing those kind of things. I remember there was a story when my son was in the hospital. There was a nurse and she gave me some really good advice because my daughter had a birthday party to go to, and I was with my son. He was hospitalized the first 4 months of his life.
Okay.
So we were in the hospital quite a bit. So I'm always feeling divided as a parent, trying to give each child individual attention. And she had told me, she said, look, he's being cared for. We are here for your son. Go to this birthday party with your daughter and don't feel bad about it. We have him and we're taking care of him. So those words resonated with me and just helped me think, okay, they are here for them and they're wonderful. But you have to just remember that each child is unique and individual. They're all so different. So you might parent one way and another way. And like I said, it can be challenging, but we all do it and we get through it, and it's great. So
Oh, I think that's wonderful advice that the nurse gave you, though, that they were taking care of your son while he was in the hospital. And that's a long journey,
right.
4 months in the hospital, and how impactful it was for you to attend the birthday party with your daughter. Tell us, how many kids do you have, Suzanne?
I have 5 children and a new grandbaby. So yes, we are busy and blessed, and life is good.
That's a balancing act.
It is a balancing act. Like I said, it's like a circus act,
but I too found that the conversations in the car sometimes on a ride where you were taking your child were the most meaningful. So just I think just seizing the moment, whatever that moment can be, to really have that quality time with your children and help them know that they're equally as important. Thank you for sharing your tips. They're wonderful tips. Welcome, Elizabeth. So glad that you're here with us today. How many children are you raising?
I have 3 children.
3 children. Okay, take it away. I'm sure you've learned some wonderful tips along the way that you're going to share with our audience.
Sure. I have 3 children, all of boys, 18 years old, 13 years old, and 9 years old. The youngest one was diagnosed with autism when he was 4 years old. So the balancing act of being a parent with multiple children, when one or two of them has healthcare special needs, is so difficult. And I think you can identify with me. So imagine this scenario when you have, like in my case, 3 kids with different ages, 5 years apart between them, and find a way to, and the balance between them while you are growing up is harder but not impossible. So there is some steps that we took to help the family growing and the child with the healthcare special needs as well. One of the steps that we have been practicing is to promote the interaction between them. It's very important that avoid to labeling or segregation between them, not making any difference between them, because all of them are special, are good kids for the family, right? So we try to educate our children that doesn't have a special health care to know about the diagnosis, to educate them. What does the diagnosis mean? How we can help our child with the healthcare special need to grow. Find the time to spend with them, spending with quality, of course, collectively and also individually. So we need to understand that as a parent, we expect to provide our children needs. It doesn't matter the ages. And sometimes we may forget that the children that we have without healthcare, especially doesn't have any needs. And they have. Let me tell you, they have. For sure they have. Especially when they are in the ages of teen. It's hard for them to find themselves and to find the appropriate way to behave. So we need to get the time for them, listen to them, guide them, and provide what they need. The needs can be social, physical, emotional, whatever needs it's for them. As a parent, we need to provide to them. And also the tips that we always put in practice is to get all the family involved in the process, and that's mean all the children. So if we promote between them to treat them equally, that will help a lot. So you will allow the child with healthcare special need to grow better, and you will see the result as a family and for him as well. So that's what we have been practiced so far, and I wish these tips and advice help you as a family as well.
Before we switch gears, tell us how old your boys are.
Oh yes, that's very important because I mentioned about the difference between them in the ages. So the older one is 18 years old, the middle one 13 years old, and the youngest one 19 years old.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. And what I heard and what resonated with me was that you bring them all together. You are a family all together. You treat each one equally, but you also find time to spend with them individually as well. And you're right. Listening, you will hear different pieces of information that will help you be a better parent when you're listening to what their needs are. Wonderful job. You're a wonderful mom. Suzanne's a wonderful mom as well. And I too am a mom who raised a child with special needs as well. And although Suzanne had 5 children and Elizabeth has 3, we decided that 2 was our lucky number. So after our firstborn daughter, who was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, was born, we knew we wanted to have more kids, but we knew that 2 was our magic number, like I said. And so what we knew by having 2 was that we could be a family together, but when needed, we could divide and conquer, which was really important to us so that each child had an individual parent to take care of them when we needed to split apart and do different activities for their individual needs, but then be a family together. And because our younger daughter was born after our older daughter's diagnosis, she actually became the best therapy for all of us. But it is not an easy journey, and it is a balancing act being a parent of multiple kids. And as our panelists have so wisely shared their tips that they've learned along the way, we hope that these tips have helped you, will help you along your journey as well. And until we meet again, just remember you're never alone on the journey, and thank you for joining us today.